Okay.
So let me share my screen. So today I have an agenda clearly because I have some time to prepare a few things. So I'll show you. The last class we were seeing that how to connect the like I gave you in code, no, the get how to connect with your API. So how to do that? I gave the code from the service how you should do, and basically how to call that actually service function in your component. Also, I showed you. Okay.
Okay.
You have any questions on that?
No.
Actually, today I actually fixed mine so that I'm going to show you how it actually it's going to work. Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
So if you see here, basically, see this is my default fetch data component that was given by. So if you can see the fetch data component inside app. So I told you here you should create a component, and inside component you should create all the components. I told you, no. So the fetch data is the default component that is provided by the Angular. You can see like basically when you run the Angular, your there's a basic page will come, and that page will have all the things that you are having inside the app. Okay. uh, Whatever you have inside the app, that will be coming in your screen. So you can just basically do with your code whatever you want to show. Okay, that is different based on your requirement. What page you want to decide. Let me run and show you first. Never did run an Angular and showed you. I'll just run. I'm going to explain how this service actually works. I'll show you how it is working. So it's whatever that I gave you, that's all. But I'm going to show you from my side how it is work, and I'll explain the code. Okay. And then
Okay.
what you should do it to run, make it work and all. There are few things that you should do. Okay. Without that, it will not work. Okay. So that also I will show. Then in your current project itself, you have the .NET Core as well as the Angular, no? So I am going to give an quite very small task so that I want you to bring the data from your .NET Core side. Okay, that I will tell you. Okay, so that you can do, and then we'll see the and the only thing that is left would be like if we have to see the Angular components. Okay, like Angular materials, whatever the HTML part, what are all there in Angular, that we have to do. Okay, so you see when I ran my default Angular project, you see this hello world, which is the basic thing that even in ASP.NET and all you'll see, no, welcome to ASP.NET something and all will come. Okay.
Okay.
1 second. So it comes from the home component. Okay, it comes from the home component. So you see the home component. So you see home component, you are putting in everything like the URL, where it should go and all. Okay, so all the things are here. I'm saying this one. Okay, so these things. Okay, hello world, those things and all. And inside your navigation, your nav menu. Okay, so in nav menu, you'll see the nav bar. That's what you're seeing here. So this is your nav menu. This is your home. So if you want to change these things, you have to change first the home, and then if you want to change the nav menu, you can change the nav menu. Whatever you want, that alone you can put it in the nav menu. See, in this nav menu, we have putting home. Okay, the three things: fetch data, counter, okay, and the home. Three things we have put it here. Okay, so you can replace it whatever you want. If you want the menu, and this page, even this one, if you want to change, you come to home and change. Okay, see here, see everything is basic HTML. Can you see header, para, underline, UL? If you are putting an underline, you're putting like a unordered line. Actually, this is for bullet points and all. You can put list. This is list,
Okay.
no? See, this is again para, UL, list. Strong is bold, P. So you see all these are same HTML, no? Do you see
Yes.
any new things? Actually, everything is like the same HTML that you see. Angular is actually HTML. 90% of HTML. Just 10% you collaborate with Bootstrap. That and all we'll see. But I just want to, on the flow, I'm giving you everything. Same header. You have the header. So nav and all we'll see. That and all very specific to this one. That we'll see later. Division, button, span, division, everything will be same. See, all the tags will be same in Angular. All the HTML tags will be same in Angular. Only the inner functions will change like this. Okay. This all we'll see in the next class when we are seeing the HTML completely. So now you understand how to build a page, a front page. You got it, no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now yours you'll have a component, and your component will have sub menus. That's what you have added as an addition. But yeah, I have this is the basic. Okay, whatever that is in the app you'll see here. So I want what I want you to do is, so you should add the code. No, so you have added the component. Okay, you have added the component inside this, but in the nav menu there is no component. No, see, this inside this UL only you are seeing all this all the three: home, counter, and fetch data. Okay, basically
Okay.
what you have to do is you create your own menu. You give whatever menu that is, and you see very clearly, you see just the router link there. It will be a hyperlink or a link in um, ASP.NET. Here it is router link. Router link means whatever path you give, it will go to that path. That's all. See, router link slash counter. That's all they are giving, slash counter. Everything
Okay.
is inside app. So yours will be, let's say yours has a college, and inside that there is a department. Means how you should give, slash
College.
college slash department. That's all. That will be
Okay.
router link. Okay. So
Okay.
you can alter your home page. So now you know how to alter your home page. Home page, how to set up your menu.
Yes.
They have given you a sample also. So based on the sample, you can build it. If you
Okay.
want to put anything here, you can put it anything in the home component. If you want to add any menu here, you can put it in the nav menu component. Okay, let's say you want to put you want to have some menu here also towards the end in the middle of the body. What you will do? Nothing different. Go to home.
Yes.
Just copy this div. This div is
Yes.
the div that is having the menu. No,
Yes.
see, this is the div. Just copy the
Okay.
div and put the div inside this. Build your own menu. That's all. See, very simple. It's just in HTML, whatever you have done in your MVC or normal ASP.NET. That's all. You put a div and you will create a div. That's all. Got it?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
This class, these things and all are like same like MVC. If you in your MVC, anytime you do an HTML, there will be classes. You will be by default selecting the classes for everything. Same way here, it's like default. Most of the classes are like default. This is just like some styles. That's all, inbuilt styles. Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that you should do exactly the same, but if you do this, it will be like this white color comes now, and you have this line up and below kind of things. Collapse. It will be intelligence. You can just play around. Okay. So okay, I just wanted to know this. So you have any questions?
No.
So is this a bit clear for you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, then now we are done with this. Now you now you know how to create an Angular project. Now you know how to create components, register that sub components or sub modules, how to create a module also, how to register the components in the modules also. That's done. Now also, as last class we have seen services. So the three main important pillar of Angular is component, modules, and services. Okay. So services also, I told you how to create a service page, how to write the service code function. It's just a function to call an API, and we'll call that service in your component. How to call that also, you should add it into the constructor and simply call it. All these things we saw, no? We also wrote and get service, but we did not run it, or I did not show you that and all. So that is what today we are going to see. How to, let's say you are creating a component which is a page. Let's say you are creating, this is the page you are creating, but when I click this ASP.NET Core, it should bring some data in this page. That is what you are trying. Let's say that is what you are trying. Okay. So when you click on a button or something, link or anything, it should go to your backend, get the data to your front end. That's all. No, if you
Yes.
know this, you can if you know how to connect with your backend from your front end, from there you can do everything. No, you can update it, you can delete everything. You can just, you have to connect the that particular action method in your backend. That's all. No,
Yes. Yes.
that is what we are going to see now. Okay, that's the only thing that is pending with service and that we are going to see. Okay, so what I have done, okay, first before doing that, I will show you what I have done. So I haven't created the module and all. It was too much for me to do, like I didn't have that much time, but yeah. So what I have done is I have done it in the existing page, which is the fetch data. Okay, so you see fetch data, there's a menu called fetch data already. So this menu was fetching some internal weathercast data, something it was fetching. There I have added an function. Let's say I'll go from this first. So I did not create a service. I'll tell you honestly, I did not create a service, but this is the code that you should put in service,
Okay.
right? This is the code that you should put in your service. Okay? Then you should register the service here, basically, in your constructor. Got it? That we
Okay.
saw already. And we should call that particular service, and this dot service. Let's say this is your service, HTTP is your service. This dot HTTP dot, because your service is a class, no, you are creating an object. So object dot that particular method you want to hit. So I have,
Okay.
what I have done is I have just directly hit it here. So I got the get post by ID, but I'm directly calling it because it's here in the same page. So let's say in ASP.NET, if it is in same function, the same class, so any method in the same class, you can directly call it. No, you don't need to create an object for that class and all, because it's inside the same class. It is accessible. It's when it is from different class, then you should create an object for that class. Same concept. So you are creating an object for that class, and this dot that object dot method you'll go. But because my service code is already in the same page, I have directly called it. So this dot get post by ID. Got it? See, it's
Okay.
highlighting. So post by ID, I'm passing an integer. So I already told you, when you call an service method, you should do and subscribe. Subscribe is what that will establish a connection and wait for it to finish. Okay. Angular is a very fast running code. Okay, so the compiler will execute it very fast. Okay, so that it will not wait. If you do not put a subscribe, and your code is going to take time for at least 30 seconds, means it will not fetch the data. It will just move on. That's all. Okay, so subscribe is what is going to stand there and wait for your data to come back. Either it is error or anything, it will stand and get it. So these things we already see how to this and all. Error I did not tell you that day, but I will tell you today. But yeah, first we'll understand everything. So I have called the method. Okay, done now.
Okay.
So actually, in previous class, I told you, like, if you have a page like that, you can put an ng on in it, so that that will be hit when your page loads. There you can do whatever you want on the page. So now actually I haven't concentrated anything on the HTML side, and also what I have did is, here for this fetch data, clicking on fetch data. That's all. Inside there is no button click and all. So what I did, on fetch data hit itself, it should load. So here they have put it in the constructor itself. This also you can do. This is one more example I'm going to give. Okay. So last time I told you, you can put an ng on in it, which will be an which is like a page load ng on in it, which is the same page load in your ASP.NET. Okay, it will be like this. And there is one more shortcut you can do, but for very small pages you can do, but never go use this shortcut. I will always recommend this. This is a nice coding practice, but yeah, shortcut is in your constructor itself you can do. Because anytime a class is called, your constructor is the first thing that is called, no? So inside constructor itself, I did call this method. So see, I call the method inside constructor itself. Okay. So actually, I don't need to do this. This was some stupidity. I'm sorry. Okay, that's all. I call the method directly. This dot method and pass the data. That's all. Simple. Very simple code. So you have any questions on this code?
No.
So actually, what happens here is, basically I already told you how the default page loads and all this page. So this page loads. When you click on fetch data, this code comes here. Okay, code comes here, and when it comes here, the first thing it goes it's to constructor. Okay, and inside constructor, I have called the method. So this will where this will go. This will go to. Oh, I'm directly hitting on get post by ID. Don't do that actually. You should put this one. Okay, okay. So first thing is you're going to the method. From that method, you are accessing your service. That's all. Service and the service will access your database. Now, okay. First thing, okay. This is a general question. The first time I had when I was working on API. Okay, okay. So this is the same project where I have the .NET Core also. Okay, so I was running .NET Core and this API and all. We were directly running the .NET Core. It did open the Swagger, and we gave the input, and I was um, getting the data. Okay, fine. So here I am saying that in Angular, I'm just giving that particular. See, I took that local host and then the member controller. So this is the path is controller name. So I already made the root itself. I have mentioned controller only. So controller name slash test, which will go to this particular one. So you see, so the URL controller name slash test. I have given the URL. So I had one question when first time when I was doing this. Okay, first time when I was working on API itself. Okay, how will your Angular find this particular code? I haven't deployed this code. Okay, this code is not in any of the cloud or any of the server. Okay, so if in case it is deployed means, okay, give me answer that if a code is deployed, then you can directly you can go and do a domain. Now see, I mean, Google is deployed, that's why you are able to from browser you are able to do a www.google.com. Same thing if you are able to do means because it is deployed and anyone can access that, correct?
Okay.
We have given a domain name, so anyone can access that. Okay, because it is deployed. Let's say my local code is not deployed. Localhost 7277 is not deployed. Then how will you make it work? Will you deploy it every time? So there is one more way. It's we'll deploy it, and instead of this local host, we'll give an the domain name, exact domain name. Usually, let's say um, app.dev, this is dev.com and all. They will have and slash. If you give this, basically it will be once you deploy the .NET Core in some server, then you can give the domain name. You can directly access the Swagger. Okay, so you know that no, so same way any application that you are working, if you deploy it in any server like development server or test server, you will have an URL and you can hit on that URL and it will work. That's how any people, UAT people are testing that. That concept, you know, no?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you test it? Like if you, yes, you can deploy it, then you can use that URL here and test it. Yes, that is also possible. But will you develop it? and wait for it to get deployed, and then only will you test it. If there is
No.
an issue, again you have to do it. No, correct. You cannot do that. No, that's not an right way. No. So how will this work? This is not deployed. No. Do you know how this work? How you should make it work? I want.
Uh,
I'm telling you that when your code comes here, I want this to go to this member controller. That's what I want. I want it to go here,
okay.
so that I want to see how the data comes and how the data get returned. So for that, there is one thing that you should do. Okay, go to your solution. Okay, that is one thing, a very simple thing. So your Angular should recognize this particular URL. Okay, if this URL is there in a registered domain, then it will directly go to the browser, hit on the domain. One second. Ah, sorry. So it's very simple. Just think this Angular as a human. Okay. So when this Angular runs, it's in the browser, right? Huh?
Okay.
So it is already in the browser. So your when you give an URL, which is an HTTP request. Okay. So what your Angular does is it also hits this URL in the browser in the backend and get into that Swagger exactly into that, and does everything and gives back your result. That's what it does. So if it is already deployed means it is already in the domain, so that it directly it can get. But if it is not deployed, you should make sure that .NET Core project is also running. Okay, you should make sure that this is also running. So if
Mhm.
this is also running parallelly means when it goes and hits for this URL, your browser already has that running, so it will directly go and hit and take the data. You understood? I will
Yes.
show you. It means you should run both the project on the same time. Both the project, Angular as well as the .NET Core. Actually, you can run only one project at the time, but you should run both the project at the same time. That's a way to do that. That also I will tell you. See, I have my .NET Core project running now. Same way, I am loading the Angular project. Wait, I'll show you.
Both project in the same solution, right?
Yes, I have both the project in the same solution. Same solution. It's a different project. See, Angular project, .NET Core API. That's all. So you have done the same thing now. In the same solution, you have the both the project now.
Okay.
So you should run them at the same time. There are two ways to do that. That also I'll tell you. So click on fetch data. See,
Yes.
did you see that it
Yes.
came to my
Yes.
controller?
Mm-hmm.
It's here. So that's all. It will return the data, and you'll get the data here. Okay.
Okay.
So in front end, my this breakpoint is not working currently. That we can fix later. Maybe if I have to shut down the Visual Studio and come back, but yeah, we'll fix that later. But yeah, so now you
Uh,
see. So
it's like for debugging, it's same. It's work in the .ts file. This debugger like
oh
data
yeah, yeah,
equal.
it will work. It will work. It will
Okay.
work. See, same way. Click on here. It will work.
Okay.
So
Okay.
mine is like sometimes my system, no, my Visual Studio, it's not up to date always. So I have to shut down and open again, and that then it will work. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So you can debug your TS file. Yeah. So now you see actually what happened. It came here. It went to the tool orders. Came here. It went to this service. It came here. It hit the URL, and it's in the controller. Got it? See,
Okay. Yes.
that is how it works. Okay. So this and all we can fix it later. See, there's an invalid column ID. It connects with the user master table. That and all it's not a matter, but yeah. um, but you got the picture of how this works, no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so how to make both the solution run? Not only both, you can make n number of solution. If you have more than two solutions or three solutions, you can run all of them at the same time. There are two ways to do that. Okay, first way, this is the local way. When you have very less number of application, you do that way. Okay, so here can you see this? So
Yes.
here, whatever that is selected is what is going to be run. If I click on Angular project, it runs. Let me run this.
Okay.
So what I am doing is a colloquial way that we were following, but you can do this. There's no standard procedure on how you should run your code and all. That that is whatever the developer decides. Okay. So few people do this, like very old hand people and all will do this. Okay, I learned from a very old person, so he taught me this. Okay, so first you should run the main project, that whatever you want. Okay, so it's loading. Wait, let's give a second. Okay, now this is running now. Go to your solution explorer, go to your .NET Core, right click, and you see something called debug now.
Okay.
Click on start new instance. See,
Okay.
same
Yes.
time both are running.
Okay.
That's all. This is one. This is an old way. Basically, why people does not prefer this is because, let's say, if I have one, I have only two projects, so I'll just run one, and the second time I'll come here and do that. Let's say if you have to from your Angular project, you are hitting many different APIs, and each API have different wrote in different project means you have to run all the project at the same time. No, so
Yes.
you have to click on every project, right click, debug, click on that. It's waste of time. So what that's another solution. Actually, it came very late in Visual Studio. Okay, so what was that was, go to your solution. Okay, right click, go to properties. See, straight away it comes to startup project, and in startup project you see multiple start. You have there's single startup project. Select multiple startup project and select whatever you want to run when you want to run the application. Basically, click on this none means it will say start. That's all. So I want to run both of them when I run this. So apply and hit on OK. And see, this got changed multiple startup projects. So
Okay.
now when I hit on start, both will get started.
Okay. Setting is like right click on solution or project, right click on.
A solution, you have to do that in solution. See,
Okay.
I'll ask you. See, inside the solution only you have multiple project. No, so you
Yes.
have
Yes.
to do the settings on the solution. No, your project, if you are going to this settings of your project means it will have settings of that one project only. No,
Okay. Yes.
that
Yes. Yes.
project does not know the other project, but your solution has all the projects, so solution will have all the information about all the projects.
Okay.
Logically I think that way. No,
Yes.
so you
Yes.
have to go to the solution and do this. Got this? So this is very simple, straightforward. So I want you to do this because you have an prematured code. That is, you have a prematured code where you have a component. Okay, and those things you have done already. So I want you to do this. Okay.
Okay.
First, for basically you do one thing. Just say, follow this, but do not do in the fetch data. Okay, what all you have to do I have already told you. Okay, see, I'm giving this task. Okay, anywhere you are stuck in between, like you are seeing any error, you are not able to do something means anywhere, just put a message or ping me that we can look into that. Okay, so I
Okay.
want to do these things. You have already created the component, those things and all. So in any one of the component. Okay, go to any one of the component, and I already told you how to write this component, export class, these things and all. No, so in the ng on view unit. Okay, in the ng on view unit, connect to your service. Okay, in your service, in that particular service, first register the service in your module. This I told, in providers you have to add that class name. Okay, this I showed, in the last class.
Okay.
In just in providers you have to add it. Okay, um,
Okay.
and then this code, basically this code.
Okay.
I'll paste this also for your reference so that it will be helpful. Okay, very simple. You're just doing an HTTP get on the URL. That's all.
Okay.
So in, you see something after the get, the any.
Yes.
So any means it's like any data, you can return any. Let's say you are going to return only an integer value. It is a single integer value means instead of any you can put number.
Okay.
If you are going to return a string value means string. Let's say you are going to put a model, particular you're going to return a particular model means you can put a model here. Okay, you can put a model here. You need to create a model. I will tell you that also. I'll show you that now. Okay,
Like
you can
it
create a model.
depends. It depends on the what API written, right?
Yeah, depends upon what API you are returning. But one more thing, one more thing. This actually why any here? It's because you can return any model. See, let's say you are returning any model and it will be in case it is going to change tomorrow, the model structure is keep on changing, the backend is keep on changing every time, it keep on changing. No, you cannot come here and keep on change, no. So you put in any means it will accept anything, string, date time, or any kind of model it will accept. So any is an universal keyword, that's all. So any, if you put any means you don't need to mention anything. It's like simple. It will accept anything. That's all. You understand why we are going for any?
Yes. And another like is observable.
Ah, so observable. It's basically um, same same thing like and subscribe. Okay. See, subscribe is that waits for you to hold the data and it waits for you to get the data. Subscribe is what that holds the connection, because this is what that's making the API, so observable, it's what holds the connection. Subscribe is what waits for that connection to complete. Basically, how to say, you create a connection between your code and your database, no. You write a connection string and you create a connection, no, in a normal ADO.NET. That connection is observable. That's all. So you can go over and see. So it's a amount of time. This is not basically it uh, it creates a connection between the front end and your API. That's all.
okay.
So any API connection you want to write, this is the standard syntax you are going to do. Only this any and URL you can change. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
got it. So but observable and subscribe, please mandatory. Okay. If it is if it is you're going, if it is you're going to use in a particular place for a particular requirement means I will tell you that this is optional and why we are using it, but this is the syntax, so that it's mandatory. Okay, it's the syntax. Okay, in Angular basically. Okay.
Okay.
uh, so I think we are good here. Okay.
Okay. And I have tried last practical.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 1 minute. Skill- Just 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have tried like this as per the last class. Okay,
Okay.
but I this this line I am getting error like printing the like uh, getting the error time.
Okay. See, I went and saw that catch error has been replaced multiple times. So, we'll put a catch error, the pipe catch error in our current one. Use the one that I am giving today. Okay. First,
Okay.
try to establish the connection. I'll help you to create the catch error. So basically, now I saw the new Angular versions. They are saying that please do not catch error. Like you can do catch error, but yeah, they're asking us to catch error in the subscribe. That's what I was actually showing. I will show you both. Okay, now I'll show you both.
Okay.
Three
Okay.
things I'll show you today, and we can close it off. One is how to catch error in subscribe, how to catch error in observable, and how to get the data in model. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Before that, I'll show you. I'll take one reference. Okay. Okay. So how to catch error in your subscribe. So basically, this is how you catch error. So both. Okay. It's not subscribe alone. But yeah. Okay. See this particular code. You can go and see in your fetch data also. So it is like HTTP. This is what you are getting the error. No.
Hmm.
Basically, get the URL. I told you, I asked you to use the pipe. Okay, that
Okay.
has been removed in the concurrent versions. So they are basically they have improved the subscribe code. So old versions of Angular, the subscribe cannot catch the error. Okay, now the subscribe can catch the error. So what they are doing is, after this is done, you see, so inside the subscribe, you after the this result, no, so this data
Yes.
you
Yes.
put, no,
Yes.
so
Yes.
it's
Yes.
put a comma
And then, like,
and
okay.
lambda signal console dot error. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's say I do not want to see this is the same thing that you're writing in the service. This is the service code, no, but let's say what to do in your component side. From your component you are calling the service, no, that's what you're doing here. Okay, same actually, the same subscribe, and you see after the data put a comma. But yeah, let's say I do not want to write it to console. See, no user is going to benefit seeing it in a console, no.
Yes.
The user cannot do an inspect element, go to console and see the error, no. You want to show them like dynamically, means let's say you want to show them in the screen in a put in a text box or a label,
Yes.
means you can do it here. See, open and close braces, take a label id, and
Okay.
that label id dot value is the same this is same like c sharp. C sharp, if you have a label, means what you will do, you'll take the label id dot value is equal to data, no.
Yes. Yes.
Same way you are going to do here. That's all. You understood how an error works.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So I am going to paste this also for you.
Okay.
Okay, this is service, third is component data I am
So we
giving.
can, like, if we use service, so we can return this error to the component, right? If we get any kind of error,
Yes, that
because
you
of
can.
we use service on a different folder, right?
Okay, okay. That's a really very nice question. Um, you cannot return the particular error to your component, but you can make that error to be displayed in the component as an exception or error. How
Okay.
to do that? I will show you that. That was really nice. Okay, because in service you cannot get the HTML ID, right? That you
Yes.
cannot get because the basically say if you have an ASPH page and ASPH.cs page, only that only to that CS page where the HTML is tied. In that CS page only all the elements of the HTML you can call it directly, right?
Okay.
Another CS page you cannot call, no, that you cannot do, no. Like
Yes.
basically what I'm telling is,
Yes.
let's say you have a dot ASPH and it is tied to a dot ASPH dot CS.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You have b.aspx, and that is tied to b.aspx.cs. This is
Yeah.
default now. You cannot make it a mismatch now, that you cannot do.
Yeah.
So will you be able, will your b.aspx.ch can connect to an spam element, like basically a text box or span in a.aspx?
No, but
No, no. Same way, your service is a different ts file. Your service, basically, your service cannot connect to any html. Here, how you connect to your html pages, you put the selected template url, no? This is
yeah.
how you connect. So only that html you can connect. In service you cannot connect. So how to throw error from service, that is what I was about to take.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to some service. We wrote this in my application. Basically, services. Go to some services. It will go to this. Uh,
Hidden observable to throw. Yes.
so you can
HTML.
see this. You can. So here we have put a pipe, but yeah, pipe you have to do in this different way. Why they have put a pipe? This is something they have done it in some different way that is not at all useful for you. Don't need that because wait. Okay, see, this is the exact thing that you need. Okay, that is a custom thing that they were again calling one more api below. So in pipe they were going to another one. Basically what they were doing was, this why I do not want you to follow up, because this is some um, after getting the their result, no, they are again hitting one more method and using that response to connect to another api, uh, to do some update, kind of like audit kind of things, like when it got updated, this is the new data, that kind of audit that you don't need. Okay, so
Okay.
see this one, not this. This is also we are doing instead of that, somewhere you have third pipe or what is that one?
Okay. No
Even,
problem. Whenever you find, just no problem.
huh? I didn't get you.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. Whenever you find, you can just like on the
No, no,
screen.
I was telling you that inside the catch error, yeah, you can just refer this page directly. So you are doing a catch error, no? See here,
Yes.
you have an error, no? Inside
Yes.
this one, do return observable dot throw. That's all. That's
Okay.
what you need. Okay. So this won't work because you need to add in observable. This is not observable, no?
Yeah.
Because you have to put that in serve only service. It will work only in service.
Okay.
Okay. So because that is observable. Okay. So you see,
Okay.
so you only in your observable you can do this. So in your observable, I'll send you this also. So in your observable, you'll be writing this, no, same. This one like a dot subscribe. Okay.
Okay.
Basically here, 1 second. It's already here, no. Here. Okay. This is also not observable actually. Okay. This is not also observable. Okay, you have to do this. That's what I'm saying. Okay. In your service. Okay. In this service,
Okay.
in your service, in the error part, uh, you should basically do this. Let's try subscribe. Okay. Your observable should return, but we are not returning anything. That's the problem. Return result. We should not do this way now. I have to put the return here. Wait, I'll take this code much better. 1 second. Okay, I will show you the catch error alone without pipe. Okay, I should go
Okay,
to
no
some,
problem.
some others. Okay. Actually, they have done this. This is very really best. Okay, so I'll type this. What you have to do here. Okay, this is one example. Have this. I am giving you one more example with error. Actually, you have to return a throw error. Basically, observable dot throw error will throw error on your component. That's all. That error will be thrown. Okay, very simple. You understand that?
Okay,
So from if there is any issue in your API itself means you can just simply throw the error in your screen.
okay,
So what you have to do is, so inside I am giving one more one, return same this dot everything. Okay, you should do a pipe after this dot pipe. This pipe have a tab, get the response and assign it to the response so that you are returning the response. That's all. You are not going to do anything. Comma catch error. That's all. Comma put a catch error. That's all. This is what you are going to do. Okay.
okay,
This will catch the error. Okay, it will throw the error. That's all. So yeah,
okay,
but in subscribe you can do whatever you want. Okay,
okay,
subscribe you can assign it to your span or anything you want. Okay.
okay, okay,
Okay, I am sending you this. Okay, so these things we have seen. Any questions until now?
okay.
Any questions you have?
No,
Okay, so you just try all this. Tomorrow class, subsequently, parallelly, I will be telling you about your HTML, Angular HTML. Okay, how to
okay,
write the HTML page. Okay, that's the thing that you have pending to see. Post that using all these things, you just parallelly work on that page, whatever task I have given you today. Parallelly
okay,
work on
okay,
that. After creating the, after letting you know about the HTML, I will ask you to create a simple page also. Okay, with
okay.
this data, whatever data that you are bringing from the backend, I'll ask you to have using this data. I will ask you to build an page. Okay,
Yeah, okay. And the tomorrow, what will be time?
morning.
It's
If you will you be able to
okay.
join?
Actually, okay. What about it? It depends on electricity. Because of at now daily it's going to like 6 o'clock and coming to 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So that's the problem here due to summer.
Okay, so if in case you have
Yes, yes.
the
If
power,
we if
tell me.
yes, yes, yes. Well, if electricity has, so we will connect. Yeah. Otherwise, I will message you. Okay.
I message you message me tomorrow based on my timings. I will tell you. Okay, I will
Okay.
see the meetings of tomorrow. Okay, yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
Jignesh. We'll see.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank
Thank you.
you.